How can you know if someone truly loves you? I heard a story once about the man who invented rubber cleaning gloves. As the story goes, his wife was a cleaning lady whose hands would come home calloused and raw. He wanted to make something for her that would save her the pains she went through. The phrase I remember they used was, "He loved her to the point of invention." Ladies, if your man ain't inventing flying cars to help you skip traffic, is he even your man? This is very beautiful. They don't question your weirdness, they're there for you when you feel incredibly low and don't judge you. They push you to do better, they're accepting of who you are. When I'm being weird, my fiance always tells me you're a dork. But you're my dork with a big smile and gives my hand a squeeze. First time she said that we're dating and I already planned on popping the question, and that was the moment that made me go yup, she is 10,000% the one. I agree. It's hard to find cool people though. My husband had to have his spine fused and the doc said he'd not be able to bend and tie his shoes, and I said that's okay, I'll do it. To repay me, he'd leave little love notes hidden in books, jewelry box, movie cases, tea tins. He died 4.5 years ago and I still find notes. The pain never leaves even when the living has to go on, but these wonderful surprises keep me going. I hope you never find the last one. I don't mean that in a negative way, but that you'll always have one more to find. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm glad you still get notes and these moments of surprise and delight from his thoughtfulness. My grandmother said if you know you love someone, you will take care of them when they are sick. I think about that often, as it doesn't have to sexual. Just caring and being loving and generous. My dad had a massive stroke when I was about 10. For 16 years, my mom took care of him. She promised him when he woke up from the coma after his stroke that she wouldn't put him in a nursing home. It was hard, but she never did. She worked full-time and raised 2 kids while caring for a man who needed help getting dressed, could only eat finger foods by himself and couldn't use the toilet by himself most of the time. It's been 2.5 years since he died and she still misses him. She gets depressed around this time every year because the holidays are hard on her without him. It doesn't help that he had a massive heart attack on New Year's and passed away the next day. I'm tearing up writing this. It sucked growing up with a disabled dad, but he was a great person. I miss him a lot. ETA, I really didn't expect this to get so much attention. I'll edit again later once I show this to my mom. Thank you all for the kind words and awards. Much love to you all, and remember to hug your parents if you can. ETA 2, I told my mom about the post. When I started reading some of your lovely comments, she started crying and told me to go away. She said she's not amazing or great, that she's just a cranky old lady. My mom is extremely shy and very humble, so I'll try to sprinkle some more of your comments in later so she has to accept your praises. Thanks to everyone again for your comments and awards. ETA 3, Mom said the reason she told me to go away was because she didn't want to cry. She says, thank you. And to tell them to give their mothers a hug today. And their fathers. She also wants to remind everyone to wear a mask and be safe out there. Less than 3. I would add and not mention it to them later, or to other people. I had an ex who would go through the motions if I was sick, buy canned soup, tissues, etc., just so he could tell everyone how great he was, because he warmed up soup for me once on the first day of being sick and was willing to begrudgingly get me a box or tissues or something if I asked, assuming he could hear me from the other room with his headphones on. Yet for a month after he would tell everyone how he took such amazing care of me when I was sick. You're a priority, not an option. I spent so much of my life compromising for people who I was maybe halfway down their list. I had to fight for their attention, was always feeling like I was bothering them. I didn't know any better. Until I found my now husband. I never, ever question where I stand on his list. I come first. It's a completely different world. It took me so long to find this, and I will never take for granted how lucky I am. I think it's in the little things. Like when someone puts 3 ice cubes in your cup cause they notice that's how you like it, or when they make sure a certain shirt you like to wear is washed and de-wrinkled for you to wear on a big day. They write notes or say things just to make you smile. They decide to wear the perfume/cologne you like even though they like another better. Their first thoughts when considering a decision is how you would feel about it. When something happens they can't wait to tell you about it. Just the little things that show that you and your well-being are always on their mind. It's not grand gestures 24/7 or anything fancy like that cause people can fake those. True love is about merging someone else's wants and needs with your own. This describes my husband perfectly. We've been married since 1987 and I can see us still being married in another 30 years, thumbs up, heart. Well stated. They consistently make an effort to spend time with you. This is the most straightforward and, the most accurate answer. Me feeling is, what is it that sets love apart from just being a caring person? A lot of what I'm reading in the comments is what people that care about you do. But people care about strangers, and really good people care about people that don't even necessarily like that much. But taking time out of your day consistently to be with someone, that is the most direct sign to me that they love you in some capacity. My namesake. Happy cake day my guy, heart, black heart, black heart. Love isn't really a feeling you can prove or disprove. You can express love in many ways, sure. But true love in the context that I think you mean isn't a feeling. Love like this isn't a noun, it's a verb. It's a choice, or action made every day to overlook faults and forgive mistakes. It's also being accountable when you make mistakes, and responsible for making changes to avoid repeating the same hurtful behavior. It's difficult and fluid. All you can do is hope for the best and put in the work. We don't choose to fall in love. We choose to stay in love. Exactly. Loving a person is probably one of the hardest things to do in life. The key identifier of really loving a person is persisting through the difficulty and striving to be healthy and happy together as best as you can. I have a very loving partner, and he is more non-verbal with his love, so there are a few things I've picked up on. They bring you food. I can be sitting on the bed, playing a game, and he will come bring me a snack platter. They take an interest in things you like. He knows that I love chocolate milk, so if he goes to the grocery store, he gets an entire pack. They will check in on you. When I'm upset, he studies my face closely and asks if I'm okay. We then talk it out instead of it devolving into a screaming match. Going out of their way to help and assist you. If my feet are sore after a long night of dancing, he will without fail go to the car to get me some flat shoes so I can keep boogieing. They will try to understand you. He isn't dismissive or hostile about my quirks, but rather has picked up a few himself. He calls me by the nickname my family calls me. We have been together for 5 years now and still going strong. I'm an extremely lucky woman. That is beautiful smile. I hope I will have something like this one day. They've seen you at your worst and still make you feel loved. They are respectful to you even when they are angry. They express to you that they love you. Eater, thank you for the awards. Smile. And it's incredibly sad and tragic when a person you love and who claims to love you then becomes utterly hurtful and degrading when angry. And compounds it by invalidating and hurtfully dismissing you when you try to point it out or ask them to stop. Speaking from experience, don't let someone continue to do something like that to you, and obviously don't do it to anyone yourself. It can be very hard, because otherwise, these may be wonderful people whom you cherish a lot. Frown. My parrot loved me? You don't. It's like the question, how do I know if they're the one? They are, until they aren't. Preach. Amen. They don't spend 12 years with you and have 3 kids, and then decide they can't do it anymore. Thank you to everyone for all of the kind replies and messages. And awards. It's helped. Love you all. Yikes. 9 years and 2 kids here. Doesn't love me anymore. This was July, I convinced him to come back and try, but the last 2 months he has just chipped away at any self-confidence and self-esteem I had. He left on Wednesday. Kids don't seem too bothered, which is perhaps telling. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.